One, two, three, ho! Hey guys, welcome back. Today I got some grapes to do. I need to harvest grapes. It's so many of them. It's amazing how well they've done this year. Let me show you a few. And I have them above my head because they are dangling from my pergola area. So the problem is you have to pull them timely because if you don't, then you got a bunch of stuff on the ground. And if you look at the ground, you're getting those dark spots out there. We've had a ton of rain, but that is from peach. That is peach juice and then grape juice. And then if you look at the ground, you can also see where they're just falling and starting to drop. A lot of them, whether they're just overripe. And so, one thing about fruit is you got to do it timely. You got a lot of stuff to clean up. So, I'm getting ready today to show you how I get rid of all that ugliness on my sidewalk. And you will be really surprised at what I use to get rid of it. I'm not power washing. I'm going to save myself a ton of money doing it myself, but I got a solution for you. So let's go do this together. I am using Pool Essential chlorine basically to clean up all this ugly moldy stuff on my sidewalk and my patio. I'm just going to do this one little stretch right here to do a before and after to give you an idea. You see that lighter color there? I had sprayed a little bit in this area probably 3 weeks ago, but I didn't do the entire thing. I just sprayed it there playing around, and so it's a little lighter. I didn't scrub it. I didn't do anything. Sprayed it, put a little bit of the water hose on it, and that was it. So I'm going to put a little more effort into this. It's a mess. And I've already cleaned this off. I'm also using a push broom, but I've put like a Brillo pad on it to give it some extra, scrubbing power. So I am going to use this Pool Essential. I've already filled up. I had about a half a bottle left, so it actually filled this up. Love this little sprayer. Just give it a little pump and press it. Has some pretty good power to it. I think I paid like maybe $9.99 for it at Lowe's. And this, by the way, I believe it cost around $7 at Lowe's. And it goes a long way. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to use this whole thing, but I wanted to use quite a bit of extra on here. So this area is really, really bad. I wish I'd time myself. I don't know. Maybe I've been doing this for a little over a minute. But it's funny. You can see the lighter color. This is really the worst section, so I want to make sure I get plenty here. By the way, I use this in my water fountains in the garden. I use this on my cushions, my chair cushions. I've been using it for about a year and a half or so. At this point, this may be my second spring cleanup application, and I have not seen any issues so far. Like, yeah, I'm getting some on my shrub there and praying that nothing happens to it. Obviously, I try not to get it on shrubs and things of that nature, but when it rinses off, it starts to get diluted with the water. And, I have trees that are really close by, and I have not experienced any negative effects as a result of doing this in previous applications. Nothing became yellowed, nothing died. Again, it's just essentially pool cleaner. So I wanted to at least show the application so you guys didn't think, oh, here's a before and after, and no one actually ever did the work. This is not AI. Everybody loves to say that now. So I'm going to finish this off, and then you will see the final results. I'm going to also show a little bit of the scrubbing. But before I scrub, I want to see how much it takes off without me even having to scrub, because I know that I've done this before. I put it down, walk away, leave it for just a few minutes, but I'm going to leave it longer because it's really bad today. And when I say longer, I'm thinking maybe 10 minutes. Let it eat up that dirt. And then I will take my water hose, a regular water hose, but I do have one of those nozzles on it, so there's a little bit of pressure that comes out with it. It's not an official power washer or anything, but you can buy those power wash nozzles and add them to your water hose to give a little bit more power to the stream, and that will help. Okay, so I just finished spraying. I'm like right at the end. It's empty. And so I haven't done a thing other than just put it down. I have not scrubbed it. I have not added water to it. And you can already see the difference. All those black spots. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Because it was right about in here where it was very black. And just by spraying it on there, it's been about probably 4.5 minutes. It took me to actually spray it really well in this area. And that includes this area as well. Now my back door, filthy, dirty, nasty. And I actually sprayed all around this. I haven't rinsed it off yet. So I'm going to do that as well. So again, you can use this. By the way, I'm just going to keep it 100 with y'all. I had some grapes I had picked up off the ground that fell from here. And the flies were going crazy. So I sprayed this with it. It was flies everywhere when I first came out here. They're all gone. They do not like the smell. And so there's not a fly in sight at this point. Bzzz, my bad. No, I'm just kidding. There's not a fly in sight. So now I am going to let that sit probably for another 2 minutes, even though I feel like I can start to agitate it a bit with the brush. And then I'm going to take my water hose and rinse it off. So this was the worst part. I'm going to start here. I obviously didn't put that on there good. I still think this is a good idea. I just didn't secure it well. But I don't even see where I need it that much. Because just putting the spray on there has done a great job. So now I'm going to get some water because I haven't added any water to this at all. Just agitating some of the areas. I'm already happy with the results. And I haven't even rinsed it. This stuff is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Whew. All right, let's rinse. So here's a good example. I only put it in this area here. And I didn't spray it underneath my plants. So I talked about what causes this. See that underneath the leaves? Just the leaves touching the ground after all the rain and so forth. And over here is another example where I cleaned it and where I didn't spray it. So you can see the difference already. Underneath those leaves, it's still some areas there. I'm not going to worry about that because the leaves are going to hide that part, hopefully. I didn't want to raise under the leaves and spray. I could still go back easily and add a little bit more to that area, but you can already see the difference. So let's just stop. That part I didn't spray, this part I did. So I think that's a really good example of how strong this stuff is. And like I said, I have not had a problem after rinsing this off. I always make sure I spray my plants really good with a lot of water, just to make sure, you know, I break it down and dilute it. And After all, this is the same stuff that y'all swim in. I don't have a swimming pool. So when the pool is clean, I don't know that to be true. So let me stop. While it is not perfect, it looks a heck of a lot better. This was the really bad area. So I'll put up a before and after picture at the end. That water is now glistening so much that may not be able to see it very well, but I will try to get a good shot. I have that what you're seeing right there, honestly, is from the tree. Those are shadows. So I'm gonna get a before and after. Here's a good example here where I didn't spray it well, but right next to it. But overall, looking at it, man, I see the improvement. Hope you do. By the way, I paid $7 and some change for that full gallon of pool cleaner. And that was my only expense. Now, I did buy the little spray bottle. I have used the larger ones before that people use a lot for, spraying trees and plants. And I think it's a 2 gallon one that most people typically buy. And that 2 gallon one, it just doesn't always work well for me. I really like the smaller one that I did. It was $9 and some change at Lowe's. It did the trick, and I am super happy with the results. And that is how you save yourself a ton of money from having someone come and power wash. I hope this helps, guys. Thank you for watching. Please hit the like and be sure to subscribe for more.